Florida, and California. CNN security correspondent Josh Campbell is joining us now from Los Angeles with more. Josh, give us the latest.
Yeah, Wolf. Well, an attorney for Sean Combs blasting federal agents who were at both residences yesterday in Miami and here in Los Angeles, blasting what they're calling a show of force.
You know what's crazy? My opinion on why the new generation don't watch news is because it's no longer entertaining. Like our forms of entertainment, they don't have it. Like they're just reading off the script, right? They don't feel like, real. That's why people watch niggas like DJ Act, because he says it in a way where like we can gravitate to it, even though some parts of the story is like, just made up, but he still keeps in the real evidence.
Force by armed tactical agents. The attorney describing this as a witch hunt, saying that this was a gross overuse of military level force. Still, he says that Combs is cooperating with investigators. I'll read you part of the statement. He goes on to say neither Mr. Combs nor any of his family members have been arrested, nor has their ability to travel been restricted in any way. There has been no finding of criminal or civil liability with any of these allegations. Mr. Combs is innocent and will continue to fight every single day to clear his name. Of course, Wolf, the law enforcement.
Wait, I guess they're not arrested, but they are like under custody. Like they are being detained type shit.
Action that attorney is criticizing involved dozens of federal agents showing up yesterday at these residences. This team of federal agents, Wolf, responsible for investigating very serious federal crimes. Sean Diddy Combs, music mogul.
I'm the definition of.
Now the target of a federal investigation.
Never in my life I can say I actually sat down and listened to a full Diddy song. Well, that one song that he made with the I'm Coming Home, fire. And then the song with Tupac. He did some song with Tupac and Biggie. And I guess he did a song on his own. But yeah, probably 3 Diddy songs that I know. Like put a gun to the back of my head and name 5 Diddy songs. Yeah, I don't know them. Sorry.
Been carried out by a team that specializes in human trafficking crimes. 2 homes belonging to Combs, one in Los Angeles and one in Miami Beach, were searched Monday, according to a law enforcement source.
Damn, bro. Imagine you have to raid someone's house and like you have to go and get the warrant to do this shit, right? And they're asking you which one of the house, like which one of the house are you going to raid? And these niggas say all of them, bro. You know how like big you gotta be for these niggas to really raid all your house, bro? Like it's not even just one word in particular. They're like, oh, this nigga stayed there the most, so let me go on like raid that shit because he might have evidence there. They raided all this nigga house, bro.
Source briefed on the investigation. A second law enforcement source familiar with the search warrants tells CNN agents were authorized to search his homes for documents, phones, computers, and other electronic devices. Armed vehicles descended on the property simultaneously.
Hey, yo.
A precaution related to armed.
Bro, having an armed vehicle is unnecessary, bro. Bro, they really try to portray this nigga like a fucking what's it called, mafia, but like mafia god or some shit, bro. Fucking leader of the gang type shit.
Armed vehicles descended on the property simultaneously.
Bro, this shit is crazy.
For electronic devices. Armed vehicles descend.
Bro, literally. Alright, so it's a little bit of an exaggeration, but it's a vehicle. The vehicle is not armed. It's just vehicle that might have some like weapons within the vehicle, but the roof don't have any, at least not that I can see. Bro, shout out to the National Guard, bro. Because they're getting some heat. They're getting some action. Imagine so one of your mans hit you up like, yo, where you at? Bro, I'm raiding Diddy house right now as we speak, bro. Like, that shit is crazy.
Ended on the property simultaneously, a precaution related to armed private security teams employed by Combs. His homes were searched by HSI, the principal investigative arm of the Department of Homeland Security.
HSI? The fuck? I've never heard of these niggas. Bro, they got... His home were searched by HCI. No, he said
Homes were searched by HSI.
HSI. Bro, they got special ops niggas searching this nigga. HSI. Oh, Homeland Security Investigation.
Principal investigative arm of the Department of Homeland Security, with personnel stationed across the globe, which specializes in countering human trafficking, focused both on rescuing victims and identifying and prosecuting suspected traffickers. This investigation coming on the heels of several civil law.
So the main thing they're trying to get him for is sex trafficking. That's like literally the main thing that they're trying to prove, just the sex trafficking. And then once they get him on that, because I feel like that is the easiest thing they can find on him instead of all the other SA and like, you know, threat and basically blackmailing and trying to do a monopoly type shit, right? I feel like they have more chance of getting him on the sex trafficking than the other stuff, because like the other stuff you probably have people to, like, you know, lawyers to back that shit up, but the sex trafficking, they just need like proof that some people was at that party that was being paid to, you know, do sex work, and really out of their own will type shit.
Lawsuits.
All of them were incredibly graphic, accusing Diddy of rape, grooming, sexual assault, drugging women. There's a lot of similarities in these lawsuits.
One of those from a former girlfriend, Cassandra Ventura, who goes by the stage name Cassie, alleging rape and physical abuse, was settled in November. In a December statement, Combs responded to the claims in all the lawsuits, saying, "Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday."
See, like I said, it'll be way harder to go to try to catch him for this SA and shit like that, because it's only like he say, she say, word of mouth. Like, there is no like hardcore evidence on this nigga, right? Because even if there was people there, those people got his back, so he gonna have to like try harder type of shit.
Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. Cassie's attorney responding to Monday's.
Bro, if you have to say, let me be absolutely clear, you probably did it. I ain't gonna hold you.
Searches and the investigation. Hopefully, this is the beginning of a process that will hold Mr. Combs responsible for his depraved conduct.
And it was. Even though she lost the case, it started something. Now everybody's looking into it. Now you got people coming out. You got more stuff that's being like shined to the light. Like
Another lawsuit filed in February by a former employee, producer Rodney Jones, who goes by the stage name Lil Rod, accusing Combs of, among other things, sex.
Never heard of Rodney Jones until now. It probably might be because like I don't really look into like old artists like that. Like, if I didn't have to do it for like papers or some shit in high school, I probably don't know these niggas, except from Pac and Biggie, because like they really changed the hip hop game like that. That's the only reason why I know these niggas. And oh yeah, I fuck with Pac, but I don't fuck with him just because of the whole rap thing. I just fuck with him because I see him as a poet. Like, he's a game changer when it comes to like the way that he used words, right? He didn't just do it for rap. He was saying like shit that makes you focus on reality, right?
Sexual
But I've never
assault.
heard of this
The
nigga.
musician was not at either home at the time. His whereabouts still unknown.
This is a huge
Bro, who
Was
the
not
fuck
at
sent
either
this
home at
nigga,
the
bro? This nigga is not serious, bro. Whoever the fuck this is, we gotta get his papers, bro. You see how he's holding his weapon, right? To the top like this, and him too. This is the professional way to do it. I mean, he's not flashing anyone. This is like the cool, laid back, lazy ass way to do it, bro. Nigga is not taking his job serious. And it's just bull wearing just regular ass sneakers.
Time. His whereabouts.
Bro. Did they call these niggas on their off days? Like, these can't be National Guards. Why are they wearing like military gears though? This is so weird.
Still unknown.
This is a huge stain on his reputation, to say the least. And this really feels like a fall from grace for one of the biggest stars and moguls in the music world.
She got his bad. She got his
Now,
bad.
of course, Wolf, the big question, what, if anything, did investigators find at either residence in Miami and here in Los Angeles, and how might that information factor into this ongoing criminal investigation? As of right now, Wolf, investigators aren't saying.
All right, Josh Campbell reporting for.
See, it's important. I feel like most people haven't been saying this, but like, this is my honest opinion. I could say it's controversy, whatever the fuck, right? I do find it odd how we literally got the Epstein list, right? And it was like bunch of big billionaires, millionaires, white folks that ran shit. Fucking kings and prince was on the fucking list. You had people that ran big business, bro. Big, huge business. You had our former presidents, not one, but like two of them bitches, right? Or probably even more. And like, it's like everyone forgot that shit, right? Because they're doing shit like this where like the people that's already in the light, in the like audience view, because the people that most, I would say, low income people or middle income people focus on, that, you know, hip hop celebrities, people that have involvement within hip hop, we focus on them, right? And it's like, it's so weird how these niggas have some situation going on, right? It's so weird. Like, right after the Epstein list, right? These niggas have some situation, like big situations. And now we're all paying attention to Diddy, and now we're forgetting about the whole Epstein list. Like, no one is talking about that. All they're talking about is Diddy, right? It's either the main light that's talking about is the whole Diddy and Meek, the whole Diddy situation, the whole, like, something has to do with Diddy, or it's Jay-Z, or like who, like, everything surrounded on like the black artists, like any hip hop related, because that's what we pay attention to. That's what like everyone is gravitating to, right? Because that's their entertainment, right? No one is focusing on the non-entertainment side of people, like governors, president, prince and kings and shit like that. And I think this whole thing, like, they already knew about it. Like, they knew about it for years. All this shit that's going on, they knew about it, right? I'm saying they chose this moment to go with it because they want us to forget about the Epstein list. Because the amount of people, the amount of important people that was on that list is ridiculous. And it's so weird how, like, oh yeah, now everybody's talking about these big millionaires, billionaires, black people that really help the street type shit, right? That really help people, right? Like, the amount of people Diddy helped bring in the industry is so ridiculous. I don't even care if like he was grooming them or whatever the fuck, right? He still brought a lot of people in, and those people also made a difference and brought other people in. Even if it was like a whole Ponzi scam, a whole grooming scam or scandals, right? The amount of people that came in the industry due to Diddy and Jay-Z and those people that help the hood, help the block, is a lot. And it's like this whole attention being laid on them is like taken away from all of that, right? It's taken away for all the good they did, and it's also taken away from the Epstein list. I think that's the main focus right there. It's so weird to me how the Epstein list came out, and that was literally a bunch of white people on that list. A bunch of white. When I say white, like, they don't have no percent of black in them. Like, straight white, pure Caucasian from the Caucasus tree, right? On that list. And then now it's like everybody's forgetting because we're focused on the hip hop stars, you know, everything hip hop and shit like that. But yeah.
Chris, thanks for all that. Let's bring in attorney and legal affairs commentator Ariva Martin right now. Ariva, what's your read on this defiant statement from Diddy's lawyer?
Well, it's something that I expected. When you look at the statement that Diddy himself made in December, he has been pretty consistent in his statements that these allegations against him are not true, and that these individuals that have filed lawsuits are doing so only to try to extort money from him. That was one of the statements that was made after Jones.
Well, I just wanted y'all to see the actual CNN one, and then we're going to compare it to these acts so y'all can see like the difference.
Gene Deal, who's been talking about this, former bodyguard for Puffy, he actually did an interview, ironically, today, and he's reacting to the fact that Diddy's house got searched.
But the way they did the search warrant and how they did it, man, I thought he was El Chapo or somebody.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, they really treating this nigga like he's the big drug lord. Like, he's the big fucking mafia boss, bro.
They took a tactical team in there, brother. They had tactical units. So for them to have a...
I don't know if it's just me. Why is it that when you just wake up from a nap or whatever, you just feel thirsty as fuck, bro?
Team in New York, because they didn't really mention too much about New York. They had property in New York, property in Miami, and a property in LA, all simultaneously hit. Those different agencies had to get together, plan that, and that's not no bull. You know, that's...
Let's just say, yeah, we don't know what crib he's in at this time, but we gonna get him today. We gonna get him today.
It's a lot of manpower, a lot of money. So they want to know how they spent the taxpayer. The taxpayer's gonna know why you spending my money on this to come up with nothing. Mm-hmm. So you best believe they had something in the first place to go up in there, because they didn't have a search warrant for bodies. They had a search warrant for like materials, laptops, telephones, logs, pictures, tapes. You know, that's what they search warrant is for. They didn't have a search warrant for bodies. The news about them arresting the mule, now, they're gonna have to prove that. Now, if that guy becomes a witness, and if they can track anything back to Puff with that, that's gonna be one of their star witnesses.
I agree. I actually agree. Anyway, Suge Knight also commented on this. Let me see what
Faith Evans, and this is how they pulling you over. Ain't no more sleepovers, ain't no more hangovers. Your kids can't have no friends at all. My God, that's embarrassing, yo. Boy, because you don't know what. Listen, I don't know what dirt he has on other people, but what.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I think 100,000,000% there's some videotapes. Let me tell you this: when you into some extra freaky deaky shit, man, that type of shit, you could only believe it if you record it. You know what I mean?
Bro, no cap. I do believe Diddy is the type of person when he's like under some heat, bro, he will start ratting. I 100% believe that shit. Like, he will start ratting. Like, everybody that he had connection with is done. Like, he gonna find a way to get Jay-Z involved, find a way to get somebody big involved. Rick Ross is gonna get involved somehow. I don't know, but like,
I guarantee you Diddy has. I don't think Diddy, in my personal opinion, I don't think he has these things. Like, that makes the story more salacious. Yo, he's having these tapes to blackmail people with. I don't think that's what it is. He's a freaky nigga that likes to watch men have sex with his woman, and he can't order a freak off at 2 p.m. in the daytime in between meetings at the bad boy office. He might want to crank one out. He want to whack off real quick. You know what I mean? He want to choke the chicken. He want to just do what he got to do. You know what he going to do? He going to go to that little vault. He going to connect that hard drive. He going to go to his phone, and he going to watch the video of Cassie getting piped out by like 15 strange men.
Hey,
I do think there's videotapes. You get what I mean? But I wouldn't believe that he's using that to blackmail people, because at the end of the day, I do think we live in this era where if you're really blackmailing people with like shit like that, bro, it's probably more powerful for you to just come out and just admit it, and then just, it would make Diddy look crazier that he even has videos of that. Or now he got to answer more questions about why the fuck that shit even existed. So, yeah, I think he got videotapes, right? Definitely think he got videotapes. Now, here's the thing, and this is why, Vince McMahon got, like, into some trouble. Vince was showing people. Sometimes some of these guys, right, like, they'll, okay, and you got to imagine Diddy might be one of these people, too. Like, for example, everybody in here, let's just get a one in the chat if you guys, have done this before. Everybody in here has recorded themselves having sex with their significant other. We're talking about
yeah.
a girlfriend or boyfriend or something like that. One in the chat, I think everybody's done it, right? Now, I'll just wait to see, y'all ones. Let me see. Okay, exactly. Now, here's the thing.
If you haven't done it, bro,
Like, just come out in a minute.
you're a pussy, bro.
Yo,
niggas be so scared.
So here's the thing. Everybody probably has a video like that, but so I wouldn't say that's the weird behavior, because I think that a majority of people have recorded themselves. We live in a different era now. I think the weird thing is if you're showing it all your boys. Like, would you show your boys like, yo, this is me fucking my girl right here? Like, would you do that? Like, probably not, right? Like, it's probably for you to watch by yourself, for you to consume, for you to enjoy. You know what I mean? Not for you to like pass it around.
Bro, would y'all show y'all boys y'all video of y'all clapping y'all drums? Hey, bro, look at me putting in work, bro. Bro, look at what she did.
Around, you know what I mean? Like, passing around the hood that everybody could watch your girls getting fucked, especially if it's a situation where you're not fucking her. So, I think the normal person, you would just have a video, but you're not passing it around. Diddy, the mere fact that he already liked other men to fornicate with his woman, he probably would show videos to people. I'm making this up. I'm just assuming. I'm assuming he would show people videos just to kind of get them down with the program, and also probably try to turn them on, right? That's what I would think. Because normal people just wouldn't do that. But normal people wouldn't let other niggas fuck their chick.
Whatever it is, they got that shit. You better hope that was in a safety deposit box. You better hope that was in a safety deposit box, because they took that. Videotapes. I hope you wasn't as stupid as R. Kelly was. I hope you wasn't that dumb. Got the shit on videotape.
Bro, people that are like addicted to like, you know, certain shit, people that are, like have like specific fetish and shit, bro, they definitely recorded that shit. They definitely record that shit. Like, no way.
Now I hope, come on, dog. Damn. This ain't Deshaun Combs. I invited to the party. This ain't Deshaun.
Yeah, I think it's there actually. All right.
And you see them put you up on a pedestal. That's because they put you up on a pedestal.
Now, Uncle Luke comes up with this theory, which I think is a kind of credible theory to a certain extent. He says, well,
bro, that shit was that he's a real person, bro. I heard Mad Meek Mill like songs and is like referencing him. Even Rick Ross and like fucking Drake.
The reason why this is happening to Diddy is that Diddy bit the hand that fed him, and that's the liquor company Diageo, which essentially owns Ciroc and owns De Leon. And once they separated, or once he started asking for too much money and wanted to do too much with them, and they decided to cut ties, that's when all of this bullshit happened. That's actually in line with the time, and I kid you not. Do you think he got sacrificed, and maybe the higher ups, like the people who would own these companies, these liquor brands, they said this nigga is getting out of line. Let's show him and put him back in his place.
Damn.
They made you.
I never thought about it that way. Cause he was getting high up within the like money shit. Nigga was really owning too much shit. Like he was owning too much, and I feel like hearing it that way, I could see it. Like niggas like, nah, bro, you getting too ahead of yourself. You have to walk before you crawl. You don't just come up here thinking you run shit. And he probably you know fucking Diddy, bro. Like the last video I showed, nigga, I get whatever it is I want.
The guy, they place you.
By the way, is my volume low? Is my volume low?
Turn that the Bugattis, they be the mansions on 2 different coasts. They put you up on a pedestal because they need you. It's like some pimp shit. When you got your main girl, you dress her up and she look like this and look like that and do this and you march her into the big room. I'm telling you. So when they put you on that motherfucking pedestal, and then you start thinking it's about you, and you want to take over their shit, them people look back like this. Hold on, who the fuck they think he is? Mm-hmm. Oh, we'll show you better than we can tell you. Then they'll try to reason with you, and they'll talk to your manager, because your manager look like them, and they'll be like, hey, man, tell your man to chill out, you know? And then the manager come in, and he trying to keep his job. Hey, guy, calm down. And then you go walk around like it's all about you. You got all the cars and the mansions and the jets and all the yachts and all this and all the people running around. You talking about, yeah. And now you want to fight. Now you want to bite the hand that feeds you. Don't your mama ever always tell you that? Your mama say, never bite the hand that feeds you. And so this is how the major corporations work when you try to come after them. Now you put a law.
Chat, isn't all this eerie though?
Our first guest tonight is
I feel like Diddy knew right at this moment.
And I'm on there. Self, I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. Even for yourself, I mean,
I am love.
Hey, speaking of
this
love,
is love.
I saw a guy on the internet the other day who said he used to be your security guard, who said that when you were dating J-Lo, Will Smith and Jada tried to pick her up on a threesome and you were going to beat up Will Smith. Is that true?
What? This show has gotten crazier since the last time I... No,
it's all about love, though. That's not true?
You really heard that? No.
Well, yeah, I watched it on the internet. You're telling
bro,
me I can't believe everything
bro, his face, bro. Bro. This is a face where like He's thinking about what to say, bro.
Yo, this show has gotten crazier since the last time I.
It's all about love, though. That's not true.
You really heard that? No.
What? Yeah, I watched it on the internet. You're telling me I can't believe everything I
His face
read?
is like straight cat, bro.
I don't know what
Bro, he's cat. Look at his face.
you're talking about. Jimmy, I thought we was friends. What is this?
What the heck? Did you notice this?
Love album.
So love is really, could you trademark the word
Love
love
is
and
in
keep
the
it for
air.
yourself? I mean,
I am love.
hey, speaking of
This
love,
is love.
I saw a guy on the internet the other day who said he used to be your security guard, who said that when you were dating J-Lo, Will Smith and Jada tried to pick her up on a threesome and you were going to beat up Will Smith. Is that true?
Yo, this show has gotten crazier since the last time I. No.
It's all about love, though. That's not true.
You really heard that? No.
What? Yeah, I watched it on the internet. You're telling me I can't believe everything I read?
I don't know what you're talking about. Jimmy, I thought we was friends. Where did this go?
I also read in the New York Times that you tried toad poison or something like that. Eric Andre was here.
Lawsuit in. Bam. Lawsuit.
Bro, doing interviews will be scary as fuck because like one moment they were asking you like, you know, cool ass question, like funny shit, blah blah blah, wooty woo. And then they hit you with some hard shit and you're like, bro, like I thought we was gonna talk about that. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Suit. Fuck that shit. I'm suing their ass. I'm take their company down. Fuck that shit. They taking my brand and my name and likeness and they making millions of dollars.
Interesting. Anyway, this is what Suge got to say.
Finally passed away. No big deal. When Jake finally passed away, we come back. We're in the office. Office in Westwood. Interscope office is right across the hall. I walked in Jimmy's office. I didn't have to knock on the door or get somebody let Jimmy know Mr. Knight that walk right in. He do the same. Anyway, when he walked in my office, we was having a conversation. He overheard somebody say something he probably shouldn't have heard. He wanted to holler at me. So I tell the homies, give me a minute. Jimmy said, man, I'm here because Clyde Davis called me and him and Puffy is real tight and, love us. So I thought he was talking about like they got love for each other. So, all right. He said, yeah, they are lovers. I said, well, why you keep saying that? I said, look, you saying they lovers like they sucking? He said, I don't want to say that, but that's what it means, right? I said, okay. He said, Clyde don't want nothing to happen to Puffy. He said, but this guy ain't going to be able to do his business because we know what he did, what they did.
What?
So I go to prison. Come back out from prison. Then later on to move ahead, Puffy did a deal with Universal.
Okay. Now, there's some more shit. Former extra host, Tanika Ray, was a former backup dancer or a dancer for Diddy, and has some stories about him. Here
Oh,
we go.
yeah. You know, we all have stories.
Bro, it's so funny. The one thing I love and hate about like people, like or humans in general, is like we will think something, right? We will feel something, but don't want to say it because we don't know if we're the oddball, like the outliers, right? So we're gonna keep it in until one bold person say something, right, which is in relation to what you was thinking, right? And that's when you want to come out and say, yeah, I agree, I was thinking the same thing, blah blah, because now you're not alone. But like nobody ever really wants to be the first person to say it, right? So that part is scary as fuck. Like nobody, like building the courage and the pressure to be that person to say it, the first person to ever say this thing or to ever do this thing is usually the scariest thing ever, right? But like in reality, most of the people that was always the first to do something or to say something are praised on our history book, right? So I don't know why it's like that. Why people don't just say or do whatever like they think, even though it's not the norm type shit. I just don't get it. So yeah, with this whole situation, now that one person came out, that person, took a bold ass move. It could have gone a negative way. They lost the case, but it could have gone worse, where everybody just start jumping at her case, blaming her for going after Diddy money and whoopty whoop. But then people that was thinking the same thing or the same thing happened to them started coming out. But yeah, that's the one thing I love and hate about like humans in general. We wait until we're deemed as normal or average before we can be ourselves. Like that behavior or that thought or that character, we're waiting for people to relate to it before we can express it out there in the world. And I love and hate that, because at the same time, like, yes, it's giving you a mindset to have like a chill button, because you're just like not doing whatever the fuck you just think of. But at the same time, it's like, if you would have been the first to do it or to say it, if you had said it or done it when you thought about it way back then, could have started something. It could have started a movement. It could have made a big difference at that time, instead of waiting for somebody else to say it.
Seriously, we all have stories. Mine is horrific, and only 5 people know it. And I probably will never tell it. But since then, I've been like, yep. And I also am very intimately aware that you tell your truth and you become victimized over and over and over and over and over and over. And mind you, I then interviewed him many times. I have a lot of stories, y'all. I've been in Hollywood for 25 years, maybe longer, 30. I got a lot of stories.
Dang,
unfortunately. Maybe I'll write a book one day. But it just is so traumatizing that women just want to live every day and feel safe. And when we revisit, we live in a state of victimhood. And nobody wants to live there. So for those of you like, why didn't you say something then? Because we just want to live. We want to be happy. And we really want to forget the trauma. So there's that. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, bro. So I guess she answered my question. Why you don't just like do it then? I guess she answered it, but still, it's so funny the difference, like, social media have done to generations after generations, bro. Like, especially the new generation, it has given an outlet of like a place or a way to express yourself, right? And I feel like sometimes people do take that too far by telling your whole fucking life, your whole story to millions of billions. Bro, the moment that you post, right, even if it gets 1 view, right, the moment that you post something on like social media or the internet, don't think of it as like 1 view. Think of it as billions of views, not a billion. The amount of people in the universe, the amount of people that's living on this planet, think of them as they're watching your shit, because they do have the opportunity. They do have the way to watch your shit. So you're telling your whole fucking life. If it's not something that you really want people to know, you shouldn't, right? Or if it's not something that you feel like it is going to change something, you shouldn't say it. But the moment that you say it, bro, your whole life is changed, because now people have this information of you. Whether it goes viral or not, people can just like go back to it. So you're applying for a job and they search you up. They're like, you said this, you did this, you what? Now you can't get that job, right? And it's so weird how, like, especially nowadays, there's stories coming out about like what happened to me, or like why this and that, and then people are just telling their whole life story, like shit that normally you would never ever get out of anybody, right? People would never say it, and these are stories that they probably haven't even told their friends, and the first thing they decided to do is take their camera and start spilling.
We all have stories. Seriously.
The caption says, "Oh yeah, women hold in a lot to function every day in a man's world. Unfortunately, or something, we could compartmentalize our pain and carry on. We utilize the experience as a lesson in."
Bro, I did not know compartmentalize was this long of a fucking word, bro. Hey, yo, that shit got all the letters, bro. What the fuck?
Move differently. If I told my story in '96, then what? I just knew to avoid him at all costs. Yes, I danced for him and I kept my space. I was on Vote or Die airplane and kept my space. I interviewed him for his project, kept my space. Nothing has happened and surprising. Ladies, keep space to heal and move on is key. Gathering to incriminate is goals. But in this wild world with a broke ass system, our healing is priority. Shame on all those men that let this continue. Shame on me for prioritizing my mental health, some would say. But after working in a place that snatches souls, minds intact, and
see, she is saying something but not saying all. She's still leaving rooms there, like people. Someone has to do the evidence to find out everything. Like, that's the old generation.
of the light, I save myself. Now, if someone needs me to pile on my story, give me a call. But I think Cassie got it. What the fuck is
This Diddy shit is crazy, bro. Like, for real, this Diddy shit is crazy. I do feel like, let me go to. Alright, so I do feel like there's so much things that's coming out that's going to change the music industry or the hip hop community. For like, it's going to change. It's not some big change, but it's going to make a significant difference, right? Because like, you're having big people, like big name brand, big artists that's been in the game for years on top of years, that's going through shit like this. And it's not just Diddy, right? It's going through some shit like this, and then you're taking these people out that owns, literally, when I say owns labels that have dozen or even more artists on that shit, right? So these artists are also in the fucking ditch because of that situation, right? So there are artists that may not see, like, you know, their regular forms of income because, like, their boss is going through this heat, and they have to go back to the old ways of like getting money and shit, right? Or the whole UMG whatever record label, like some of these record labels are going bankrupt now, right? And that shit is insane to me because now you're like, bro, you have multiple artists under you. You're a big record label that owns other little record labels that owns artists, right? And you're telling me you're going through this heat, like, and then just like people asses about to, you know, fucking be stopped or some shit, right? All their income's about to drop and shit, right? You might say, oh yeah, no, these artists got like a backup artist. Like, for example, right? Drake, as part of the artist that was owned by the UMG, whatever the fuck, right? So they got hit. TikTok and them are no longer working together. So most of the Drake song, most of these big celebrity songs, uh, like it don't last no more on TikTok. Like the new ones will be on it for a little bit, but then it's no longer there. Like or the old songs, you can select some of them, but just know it will go mute. The sound will go mute. Yeah, so you have these big artists getting in situations that would jeopardize the income or the earnings of the artists they own. And I think that's the big focus right there. That's why this whole shit will change the whole hip hop community, right? Because I feel like it will shine a light on people going independent, right? Because if you're my boss, you own all my shit, you can tell me when to release, how to, all this shit. You have the rights to all my shit, and you're in the heat, and I can release. I can do anything because you're in the heat. Yeah, this shit would. I mean, right now, currently, there's already a lot of independent artists, right? But independent back like independent right now is not going to be the same independent in the like within like 2 or 3 years, because independent right now is just like you own most of your masters and your distributor, like you have that, right? Or sometimes you own most of your masters and you don't own none of your distribution, like anything, right? And the person that you're assigned under owns most of that shit. You just own some of your master. Sometimes like you might get lucky and own your full masters, but the person that's under the person that you're assigned to owns most of your masters and all of your distribution. So you really can do shit without them, right? And they own some of your promotion, right? Sponsoring. Like they own most of that shit. Like for when your music is going to get released, how, where to, who's going to see it, how the ad is going to run, what radio station is going to play. Like sometimes you're with them because of shit like that. They got the money to make shit like that happen. So the moment that they start getting into some heat, you're not gonna be seeing those shit anymore. And that is technically the new independence, right? The current independence, I should say. The current independent artists, right? They're with other artists, right? They're assigned to other artists, but these other artists is not like they're not doing like a sign where like I pay you this amount and you just have to drop this amount of songs or release this amount of songs. That was back then. That was like being actually signed back then. That's how being signed back then was. Now being signed is like you're signed under an artist, right? You're signed under an artist, and all you're doing is really they're handling your whole promotion, they're handling whatever, and they're just in control of your masters or your distribution. They own a certain percentage of you, but you don't have to worry about being stressed out on dropping just to pay them back. They're just in control of your soul. Yeah, so what I think the new independence would be like I would say 10, probably 5 to 10 years, right? The new independent would be like literally not being signed to anyone. Literally having like maybe for this money, it will be like sponsorship, right? It will be like, doing YouTube stuff, right? It will be like having sponsorship or having ads, right? You get to have like a sponsorship for whatever deal, or you get to put some ads on whatever. You get to make commercials for whatever. Instead of them owning your actual music, your actual masters, your actual distribution, you're just going to be sponsoring them, right? And I think that's how the new, because the way that things is right now is deadly, bro. Deadly. Once the person that's in charge of you gets into some heat, you're also in that heat. You're fucked. So I think like this is going to shine a light on like disassociating yourself from that shit. They don't have that much control of you where like when they're in the heat, you're also in the heat. That's what I believe the new independence will go to, right? All right. It's 12, so I'm gonna hop on to some Kai, some Special Pass, some shit. All right. Intro. Yo, what's good? It's Bailey. Thank you for watching my Twitch videos. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for pulling up on my channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment, whatever you want me to react to, whatever you want me to listen to. I got you. I'm going to listen to it. Make sure you follow all my social as well. I have a lot of shit in store. I'm trying to hit that special followers, 100 followers by May on my Twitch. Then I'm gonna start, really investing in this and taking this serious. I'm already decided to make this a professional gig, like try to do this full time type shit. But right now, I'm waiting till we get to 100 followers type shit.